Hey guys, so I'm doing an unboxing on the Titan desktop holder by MacLove. Now this is for your iPad and it's a swivel desktop holder which I picked up online, so let's get into this. Okay, so straight away when you open the box, it's sort of, the actual packaging isn't, it's alright. I mean, it's not the best packaging I've ever seen, but you know, the box is fine, but you know, it's just sort of covered in this weird cellophane, you know, wrapping, and then this cheap plastic, you know, holding. You would expect more from, you know, actual, you know, because it is a decent company by MacLove, and you expect a little bit better packaging for the price you're paying also. But considering that you are paying for, you know, a solid titanium piece of metal, so straight away, you know, just take off the covers, and inside you just get what you get. Now, obviously because it's MacLove, I guess they sort of did it on purpose to have, you know, the shaped M. Now you get some extra holdings. I don't know what they call these, rubber stops. I haven't actually tried it, but I do expect, therefore, like if you have a cover on your actual iPad, so you can fit that. There is no, you know, description or any installation guide on how to actually do it. I mean, I guess they sort of thought, you know, anyone can do it, which is true because it is quite, you know, simple. Now the actual M itself is actually quite light. I mean, it is a full aluminium piece, but it's a thin aluminium piece. Same goes with the stand. Now it sort of looks like a weird boomerang type of thing. Actually, I should try that. I should try fling it one day and see if it comes back. Okay, so I have no clue what I was saying in this video clip actually. But basically, it's sort of structured. It's not a swivel. Like I was thinking it was a swivel, but it isn't a swivel. But anyways, the stand itself also is quite thin. I actually thought it was going to drop at some points, but it actually, once you got the iPad on there, it's actually quite stable. Also, as you see there, it does have a hole, like, you know, like the iMac itself, to sort of do cable management. But the early cables you're going to probably do is, you know, the charging cable and the maybe a 3.0mm jack. Now, as you saw there, I was sort of having it has a similar, same colors as the Mac keyboards, which is a good thing, I guess. So it's sort of not discolored. It looks exactly the same, so it won't sort of look like the odd one out, you know, in your sort of Mac setup. Now, it's actually quite simple setup, and all you have to do is basically take those rubber stops on the screw on the M, and I think I just dropped it. Yeah, and then just slide in the pin, and then just put in the other rubber stop, and screw it in place. And you should be pretty sweet. Now, it isn't sort of, you know, a swivel, like a free swivel type of thing. It's sort of, you know, you got to tighten it up and then have it in that certain position. But as you can see here, you can go vertical, you can go portrait, you can go landscape. It does everything you need to do. And if you do wish to go, you know, flat, you do have to unscrew it, and then just sort of jiggle it all the way through, and then just screw it again, tighten it. I mean, it's not a big bother, but you know, I think the X-stand uses like a ball-like type of thing. So I mean, if that sort of worries you, I do recommend getting the X-stand then. But personally, I went with the Titan because it was a little bit more cleaner. I didn't like the prongs around the iPad. Now, as you see here, the iPad just sort of fits in really tight. I don't have any covers on there, so as you can see, it's quite tight on there. We can go landscape, and looks like a mini iMac, and then go back into portrait. Now, as you see here, I do have the keyboard dock for the iPad. Now, as you know, you can only have the keyboard dock in a portrait position, whereas the Titan, you can sort of go in between from portrait to landscape, and even in between if you want. Now, I sort of went into notes, and as you can see here, it's actually quite simple to type. I'm doing it from an angle, so it sort of looks weird, but sort of having it positioned right in front of you, it actually looks, it actually works quite decent. And if you just go into portrait, and you'll just see it flip again. But yeah, I think it's, it could be cheaper for what it is. I mean, or at least heavier, at least in a little bit more solid titanium on there. But titanium or aluminium? Anyways, but other than that, it's a great product. It's a small little gadget to your desktop, and I do recommend that. Catch you guys later.